Okay, so our topic for this week is develop and practice negotiation skills. Module overview. The first one is for you to be able to identify um, development needs, be it a project or a system. Find out how to identify development needs. Okay? Pwedeng project, pwedeng activities, pwedeng system, pwedeng application. Ano ba yung mga kailangan nating, paano ba natin ma-identify if there is a need to develop a system, an application, or a project? Number two, learn how to encourage both individual and organizational growth. So, importante to, no? Paano, say for example, sa, sa isang class, okay, or sa isang organization, hindi lang dapat yung organization yung nag-improve, nag-grow, okay? Dapat pati yung empleyado, ganun din. Okay? Para pag, um, pag in-encourage natin yon, okay, magbe-benefit din yung organization, hindi lang yung individual or hindi lang yung empleyado. Okay? Assess and evaluate learning progress in the workplace. So, um, just like sa isang classroom, okay? Say for example, classroom setting. So kayo yung individual, okay? Pag okay yung performance ng class, ibig sabihin okay yung performance. Pag okay yung performance ng isang estudyante, ibig sabihin okay yung performance ng isang class. Okay? Now there are means or ways para ma-evaluate or ma-assess natin kung ang isang tao ba ay nag-excel or hindi. Kung may progress ba o hindi. That's why baga sa class, meron kayong quizzes, meron kayong examinations, meron kayong performance tasks. That is one way to evaluate or to assess kung meron ba doon sa inyong, kung meron bang progress doon sa inyong learning. Okay? So same din yan sa isang workplace o sa isang organization. Number 4, develop team commitment and cooperation. Now, this is important sa isang organization because if the employees or the members of an organization ay walang commitment, walang cooperation, definitely it will affect, no, the organization or the institution itself. Facilitate accomplishment of organizational goals. Okay, paano ba natin to gagawin? Okay. Identify work objectives. So just like for this setting, okay, every lesson, every week, meron tayong objectives. So ganun din sa isang organization, ganun din sa sa career, meron kang objectives. Ganun din sa work, meron ka dapat na objectives for this day, for this week, for this month. Okay? Plan and schedule work activities using different tools, conduct and monitor plans or activities, and evaluate work plans and activities. Now, these are the overview, okay? Or these are the objectives for today's lesson for this week. Okay. Okay, so how are we going to determine the development needs? Okay. Paano ba natin parang ano nito class is kailangan daw ma-identify natin kung kailan ba dapat kung kailan ba natin i-apply yung uh, tawag dito improvement or development. Kumbaga, if there is a need, kailangan ma-identify natin kung meron bang i-develop or there is a need to develop a system, a program, an application, or a project. Okay, sorry. So sabi dito, it has been a continuing practice for companies and organizations throughout the world to put together a team to solve a certain problems or work on a project. So, lahat naman ng organizations, lahat ng companies or institution encounters problem. Okay? So, ang gagawin ng isang organization, ng isang institution is to come up with a team or a group, okay, para sila yung mag-resolve ng problem. And that is through a project. Okay? So, silang mag-identify, okay, yung group na yon or yung team na yon, silang mag-identify kung paano nila i-resolve yung issues or yung concerns. So, para ma-identify or para ma-determine that there is a need to develop a system, there's a need to uh, to uh, improve a certain application. So, yan, determining development needs. Now, there's a fair chance then for you to become a part of a team in the workplace. It's high time for you to learn to be a team player. Now, importante to class if kung kayo ay ma-hire sa isang institution, sa isang organization, okay, na dapat team player ka. Hindi kayong parang ikaw lang. Kumbaga, kaya nga, there's a saying na no man is an island. Okay? So, yan. Importante na ikaw ay isang team player, especially kung kayo ay um, create, no, to solve a certain problems ng isang organization or ng isang system. An example, uh, sa classroom setting. Okay? Say for example, si teacher nyo nagpagawa ng isang project. So kayong create, may mga members, okay, para to work on that problem or to work on that project. So dapat ma-determine natin that there's a need to develop, okay, a project, a system, or application to solve a certain problem. Okay? So yan. Okay, quality control and quality assurance procedures. Now, very applicable to class sa isang production. Okay? Sa isang, say for example, production ng mga ICs or integrated or production ng computer. Yan. Iba lahat naman ng gadgets, lahat ng devices natin, dumadaan sila sa quality control. Okay? So to meet the demands of customers, a product or service must go through quality control to ensure its fitness for its intended use. Example, yung ano natin, coronavirus vaccine. Okay? So yung coronavirus, kaya baga ang tagal ma-develop yung vaccine because there must be a what? A quality control, ina-assure na okay yung kanyang effects, okay yung kanyang efficacies. Okay? So it must go through a quality control, okay, para ma-assure, okay, kung eto bang vaccine na to ay talagang ma-cure doon sa COVID. So same lang doon, same lang dito sa ating lesson, no? There must be quality control and quality assurance procedure. That's why it takes time. Kung malata nyo, kung kayo ay nakikinig ng news, okay, ang sabi ng mga expert, dapat daw para makapag-develop ng isang vaccine, it will take 3 years or more. Okay? So, why? Because there are procedures, okay, to check its quality, to check kung ito ba ay talagang makakapag-cure nitong uh, disease na to. Okay? So yan. So quality control is important not only to maintain high quality products and services, but also to prevent defects and other mishaps in the production phase. That's why it takes years, it takes months, no? Because iniiwasan yung defects, yung harmful effects nito sa user. So, importante yung quality control. Hindi lang basta-basta kagagawa ng isang vaccine, okay? Kung hindi naman ito ay talaga makakatulong, okay? Kung ito ay magkakaroon ng harmful effects sa user. So, same din sa gadgets, okay? So, same din sa system or sa application. Dapat before nyo i-deploy, okay, yung system or application, before nyo pagamitin yung application sa user, dapat ito ay tinitest muna. Okay? Kasi bakit? Say for example, gumawa ka ng isang system or gumawa ka ng isang application, okay, nang kulang, hindi siya dumaan sa tamang proseso or tamang procedure, hindi siya dumaan sa quality assurance or quality control. Now, nung ginamit na yung system, okay, for how many months, okay, nag-shutdown, okay, hindi na nag-run. So, it will what? It will affect the performance or the operations of the company or the institution. Okay? So, quality can affect the very business operation and overall culture and reputation of a company. One good example nito, class, is kung narinig nyo na yung, I don't know kung narinig nyo na yung balita before, wherein si Jollibee, nag-acquire siya ng panibagong system. I'm not just sure if from Oracle, gumamit sila ng SAP na application. So, ang ginawa ni Jollibee is bumili sila, okay, ng panibagong enterprise resource planning system. Pag sinabi natin ERP, lahat ng operations ay integrated sa isang system. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, nandun yung production, nandun yung inventory, nandun yung basta lahat. Okay? Nandun lahat ng kailangan. Okay? Kumbaga, pinag-isa yung lahat ng system. Kasi di ba take note, ang isang system, meron siyang subsystem or subparts. So, yun, nag-acquire si Jollibee. Ang nangyari is that, Syempre, bago yung system, hindi pa nila gamay, okay? Nagkaroon ng problem. So nagkaroon saan? Nagkaroon ng problem sa delivery kasi there is a what? Kumbaga kumbaga appropriately na synchronize yung request, yung inventory, yung stocks, yung production. That's why baga meron doon na tagline nung nangyari yon, nawawala si Jollibee or nawawala si Chicken Joy. So affected yung kanilang performance. So yan. Even yung reputation nila is nagkaroon ng problem. Okay? Because of the tagline na nawawala sa Jollibee. Because pagpunta ka sa Jollibee, walang Chicken Joy, hindi available yung spaghetti, hindi available yung tuna pie, because of that problem. Nagkaroon sila ng problema sa delivery, sa production ng kanilang products. Okay? So, importante yung quality assurance or quality control ng isang system. Cost productivity schedules as well as proficiency of all the staff are all at stake when it comes to quality management. Okay? So, importante yung costing, importante yung schedule. Ibig sabihin yung time frame ng lahat ng activities, ng lahat ng task, okay, para magawa yung isang system or ng isang project. Okay? So, it will affect the quality of the management. Kasi ibig sabihin, pag may failure dun sa production, pag may failure sa scheduling ng pag-develop ng isang system, affected yung, okay, hindi ito magandang management. Okay? Uh, papangit yung pamamahala, okay, nitong paggawa nitong system or ng application. So, yan. Okay, legal organization policies. Now, the legal aspect of a business can largely affect the future standing of a company. In view of this, the companies must specify its duties and responsibilities when dealing with its staff and clients. In every case, contracts and agreements should be well drafted and should be made clear to all parties involved. One good example nito, class, is that lahat ng organization, lahat ng institution or companies, okay, they have legal policy. And that is through what? That is through a contracts, agreement. Okay? So, example, employee to employer. Okay? Kunwari ako, empleyado ako ng isang organization. Ano ba yung binding ano ba yung contract? There is a contract that binds me, ako, empleyado, at yung aking employer. So, that's the legal policy. Okay? So, that is through a what? A contracts and agreements. Another example, bumili ka ng, say for example, na 1,000 na computer. Okay? Computer parts. So there is a what? 1,000 yun eh. May agreement na dapat ito ay ma-deliver mo on time. Otherwise, okay, we will file a case sa'yo. Parang ganun. Okay? So, importante yung legal, okay, policy sa isang organization. So the company must be paying its employees the correct salary on top of the overtime pay, holiday pay, and other applicable benefits and incentives. Aside from this, the company must promptly pay its tax dues. So sa isang organization, class, okay, one of the legal policy is, okay, yun nga, a contract between an employee to employer. Okay? So, ano bang mga kailangan sa isang contract? Nakasaad doon, class, kung magkano ba yung sahod mo, hanggang kailan ka ba dapat, yung terms of service mo, yung salary mo. So, yan. That's the legal policies. Example sa isang organization. Okay? Now, we also have the safety procedures and programs. Safety policies, procedures, and programs. So, meron tayo niyan sa isang organization. So, all employers are duty-bound to diligently care for and protect their employees, as well as outsiders, volunteers, clients, and the general public from any harm or risk that may arise from work activities. Now, safety policies of the company must take into account first aid, risk assessment, fire safety, electrical and equipment safety, accident reporting, and other workplace issues. So the company must at least have a first aid kits, a nurse, a doctor, or even a clinic inside its premises. The company must also have the option to coordinate with a nearby hospital in emergency cases. So paano to, class? Paano to ina-apply sa isang organization? Lahat ng company or organization or institution, kung titingnan nyo, pag pumasok kayo sa isang building, meron silang fire exit, fire extinguisher, meron silang nurse, safe yung kanilang electrical wirings, okay? Pag merong accident, kailangan i-report agad ito sa inyong superior or sa isang there must be um, a report regarding the accident. Okay? So just like sa inyo, kung naalala nyo, during the before pa ng pandemic, wherein tayo ay pumupunta sa school, okay, meron tayong mga electrical safety na do's and don'ts. Okay? Meron tayo, makikita nyo sa school, merong mga fire exit. So yan, that makes the student, the employees, or the staff safe sa isang organization. So there must be what? A safety policies, okay? Safety procedure ng sa isang institution or sa isang organization. Meron tayong clinic, just in case we're not feeling well, okay? So pupunta tayo sa clinic. So it is a must, no, sa isang organization or sa isang institution. Okay? Okay, confidentiality and security requirements. So confidentiality in the workplace is important in maintaining the goodwill and reputation of the company. One good example nito, class, is that pag kayo ay na-hire sa isang institution, you have to sign dun sa contract, okay? Kasi may policy na eto dapat may kontrata ka. Kasi or else, magkakaroon ka ng problema sa DOLE, Department of Labor and Employment. So dun sa contract, class, may nakalagay doon, palagi naman, no, makikita sa isang contract that, yun, nag-agree ka sa confidentiality, okay, ng inyong company. Okay? Kasi, or else, pwede kang kasuhan ng institution or ng organization. Okay? So sabi nga dito, failure to properly secure and protect confidential business information is one of the biggest mistakes a company can make. For it can lead not only to the loss of clients and employees, but also a major threat to the very existence of the company. Example, class, hospital, okay? Hindi pwedeng i-disclose, okay, yung information ng isang patient kahit na kaninong tao, except doon mismo sa patient lang. Because there is a what? A confidentiality, okay, doon sa workplace or sa isang hospital. And take note, medical information or medical records is an asset ng isang institution or ng isang hospital. Okay? Pag may problema doon, okay, pag yan ay kumbaga na-disclose, okay, pwede kang kasuhan or pwede, kaya nga sabi dito, it can be a major threat to the existence of the company. Kasi take note, especially ngayon, meron tayong data privacy. Hindi mo lang basta-basta i-disclose yung information ng isang tao. Kagaya ng his or her name, address, telephone numbers. Okay? There is a confidentiality. And that is because of the law na Data Privacy Act. Okay? So moreover, the unrestrained disclosure of sensitive company assets or information can lead to a loss of productivity, trust, and confidence of the employees and the public in general. Okay? Kaya baga minsan pag kayo ay magre-request ng grade slip, that is a confidential records ng isang estudyante or information ng estudyante. So, hindi yan dapat yan pinapakita sa ibang estudyante. So, kung yan ay records mo, yun lang yung records mo. And that is because of confidentiality and security requirements. Okay? Ethical standards. Ethical standards are essential in creating honest and healthy interactions in the workplace. Laying out standards on expected ethical practices and behavior will cultivate an atmosphere of respect, trust, and honesty among individuals in the company. Such policies can easily resolve common ethical issues like treatment of others, unauthorized use of the company's software, phone, or other equipment for personal reasons, or even pilfering of office supplies. Example nito, class, sa office, okay, yung isang tao kumukuha ng mga bond paper, that's unethical. Okay? That is being dishonest. Okay? Yung paggamit mo ng computer, okay, for personal reason is unethical. Yung paggamit mo ng telepono for personal reason is unethical. Okay? So there must be a what? Okay? Kailangan natin yung ethical standards. Okay? Para mas maging healthy, healthy, okay, sabi nga dito, trustworthy yung individuals ng isang company. Okay? That is actually having ethical standards will cultivate respect, trust, honesty, okay, among individuals sa isang company. Hindi naman pwedeng ah, parang kaya baga class, hindi pwedeng mag-stay. Kumbaga ginawa mo ng bahay yung office. That's unethical. Doon ka na sa office mo natutulog. That is unethical. Okay? So, there must be, okay, ethical standards sa isang organization or sa isang institution. Okay? Quality and continuing improvement process and standards. Now, to maintain high quality products or services, constant supervision and regular fault detections must be observed and as much as possible made mandatory part of the company operations. Very applicable to class sa, say for example, Coca-Cola. Di ba yung Coca-Cola company, ang product nila ay Coke, ano pa ba, drinks, yung mga beverages. Okay? So, meron silang quality control na tao doon na nag-monitor na malinis ba to, tama ba yung height nito, okay? Wala bang problema doon sa bottle na ginagamit nila, okay? So that's one way, okay, to maintain that their product is with quality, okay, para safe siya. Another example nito class is pag may I don't know kung narinig nyo na or nabasa nyo na yung news na sa a certain food chain, okay, merong yung pagkain nila, merong ipis. Yan, ibig sabihin wala silang quality control or hindi nila chine-check yung kanilang product ay okay ba yung pagkakagawa nito. Okay? So information regarding the aspects, processes, and standards that need improving must be duly recorded to ease the process of evaluating company standards. So dapat merong proseso, okay, merong procedure, merong step-by-step procedure para din si quality controller, okay, ay alam niya na okay, tama yung pagkakagawa nitong product. So imposible na magkaroon ng problema. There must be a procedure, there must be a standard para ma-check, para masabi natin, etong product na to ay ginawa with quality. So meron dito class na products, sabi dito, to maintain high quality products or services. Kasi may mga company or institution, okay, na hindi naman talaga nagbebenta ng product or ang binibenta nila is service, kagaya ng hospital. They have what? Nurses. Wala naman silang, though nagbebenta sila ng medicine, pero ang in-offer talaga nila ay services. Okay? That's why they have doctors, they have nurses. Okay? So, magagaling diyan yung nurse, magagaling yung doctors. Okay? So that's example of a company or institution that provides services, hindi lang products. Okay? So there must be what? Constant supervision and regular fault detection. Another example, kung nakapanood na kayo ng isang documentary kung paano ginagawa ang isang IC, integrated circuit. So, naka-line up siya sa isang conveyor. Pag sinabi class na conveyor, doon dumadaan yung mga pyesa or parts ng PC or ng IC. And then, chine-check kung ito ba ay hindi siya short circuit, ito ba ay tama yung color coding. So, tinitingnan siya ng maigi. Okay? Chine-check, bini-verify kung itong product na to ay with quality or if it is working or not. Okay, yan. Okay. So, formal or informal, ano ba to? Wait lang. Formal or, sorry, hindi ko makita. This is informal. Formal or informal performance appraisal. Okay. Pag sinabi natin class na appraisal, you evaluate. Okay? So, sabi dito, performance appraisal is a yearly activity wherein employees' performance is evaluated based on levels of productivity. Now, lahat class ng company conduct performance appraisal. Ibig sabihin, ina-assess nila kung eto bang empleyado na to ay nag-excel or kailangan ba ng improvement sa kanyang task or sa kanyang performance. Okay? Now, in essence, this activity is a chance for an employee to reflect on his work attitude, personality, and behavior to determine whether his job profile matches his professional duties. Example, Teacher, I don't know kung kayo ay nakapag-evaluate na. Di ba, I'm not sure kung saan branches kayo. Okay? May pinapasagutan si HR or si dean or si coordinator ng survey. Okay? Parang survey form siya. And then, i-evaluate nyo, i-assess nyo yung performance sa teacher. Si teacher ba palaging late? Yan. Si teacher ba nagdi-discuss ng lesson? That's actually one way of appraising his or her performance. Okay? So performance appraisal can come in many forms like compensation, promotion, termination, performance improvement, test validation. Now, if that teacher or if that employee, okay, hindi talaga nagpe-perform well, okay, anong pwedeng mangyari sa kanya? Pwede siyang i-terminate. Or pwede siyang bigyan ng notice na, okay, kailangan mong improve yung inyong performance. Now, if that employee, okay, excels, ibig sabihin, okay yung kanyang performance, so pwede siyang ma-promote, pwede siyang ma-renew, okay? Or pwedeng meron siyang incentive. Ibig sabihin, dadagdagan yung kanyang salary or benefits, parang ganun. Okay? So appraisals encourage communication between the management and employees and help clarify what is expected of employees. Kasi sometimes, class, sa isang organization, pag walang performance appraisal, walang performance evaluation, sometimes ang isang empleyado nagiging, kumbaga, complacent. Kumbaga, nagiging siyang, okay lang yan, hindi naman i-check ni sir or ni ma'am. Okay, parang ganun. Parang kayo lang din, estudyante. We appraise your performance. We evaluate your performance. Okay? Say for example, hindi namin minomonitor kung kayo ba ay nagtitake ng exam. Kayo ba ay sumasagot sa mga performance task or written task or quarter exam. Now, if doon sa mga quarter exams nyo, mababa yung scores nyo, okay, kailangan namin kayong pagsabihan na, or i-call yung inyong attention na, okay, kailangan mong tapusin yung inyong quizzes, yung inyong quarter exam, yung inyong activities. Otherwise, ikaw ay failed doon sa subject. So, importante yung performance appraisal. So, ibig sabihin nito, class, even sa isang estudyante, sa isang empleyado, we do. Okay? Kailangan natin yung performance appraisal. Okay? So, hindi lang class sa empleyado yan or as you work, no? Very applicable yung performance appraisal sa isang estudyante. Okay? Parang lang yan, class. Kayo din, you conduct self-assessment. Okay, ako ba ay hindi pumapasok, hindi sumasagot sa mga activities. Okay, ibig sabihin, you have to what? Reflect on your attitude. Bakit hindi ka sumasagot? Bakit hindi ka gumagawa ng mga activities? Okay? So, importante yung performance appraisal. Okay. Obtaining feedback from superior and colleagues. Importante to class. Now, last week, diniscuss ko kung anong ibig sabihin ng feedback. Pag sinabi natin feedback, meron kang parang pwedeng comments or from your listener. Okay? Kumbaga, kung ako speaker, i-relate lang natin sa communication, no? Ang pag sinabi natin feedback, okay? Nagbibigay ng reply, nagbibigay ng comments, okay? Si listener kay speaker. So same din class sa performance, okay? Dapat merong feedback from superior and colleagues. So superiors and colleagues can help out coworkers by pinpointing exactly what employees did wrong, what did they right, and what he should do next instead of expecting them to figure out on their own. So kung kayo, say for example, class, naging successful, okay? Naging kayong mga boss, kaya lang, yan. Kumbaga naging leader kayo or manager ng isang company. It is important na ikaw bilang manager, okay, bilang superior, okay, important na you top, okay, kumbaga inform your employee that he or she did good or kung meron mang mali, okay, you inform that employee. Okay? Para, kasi it helps, no, na malaman ng isang empleyado kung tama ba yung ginagawa niya o hindi. Okay? So say for example, class, paano ba yon? Paano ba? Sometimes kasi may mga tao na hindi nagsasalita na, ay, one way to determine na merong feedback is, sasabihin mo, job well done. Okay, congratulations. You did great. That's an example of a feedback from a superior and colleagues. Kung colleagues naman, ang galing natin, natapos natin yung ating work. That's a feedback. Ibig sabihin, okay yung performance, tama yung ginagawa mo, okay? That's important, no? Yan. So superiors can assign concrete project targets and deadlines with clear guidelines so that his employees can focus on improving his performance. So, wag kayo class magtataka kung bakit merong deadline. Merong, sabi nga dito, targets. Okay? Take note class na ang deadline, hindi lang siya sa klase. Okay? Very, may experience nyo yung mga deadlines na yan as you work, okay? Pag kayo ay nagtrabaho na in the future. Kasi baka kayo ay ma-stress because of deadlines. Now, take note, importante yung deadline. Okay, bakit? That's one way of what? Um, assessing your performance bilang isang empleyado, bilang isang estudyante. Kasi kung hindi mo matapos yung mga task mo, okay? Say for example, hindi mo matapos yung quizzes, tapos may deadline. So, ibig sabihin hindi okay yung performance mo for this week or for this month. Okay? That's so important yung deadline. Though sometimes may mga other factors, no, that will affect your performance. Example sa atin, ang issue natin is internet connectivity. Hindi natin masasagutan yung mga quizzes because of internet connectivity or sometimes power interruptions. Yan. That's why we ask for an extension. Pero as much as possible, okay, kung kaya namang gawin natin yung task, okay, gawin na natin para maiwasan natin yung stress pag malapit na yung deadline. Okay? So sabi dito class, okay, kailangan may target, may deadline. Okay? So that employees can focus on improving his performance. So, yan. Okay? Importante yung feedback. Okay? And deadline. Okay. Personal reflective behavior strategies. Ano bang ibig sabihin nitong personal reflective behavior strategies? Pag sinabi natin ng class, reflect, ibig sabihin tayo parang in Tagalog tayo ay nagmumuni-muni. Ina-assess natin yung sarili natin. Parang ganun. Okay? So reflecting on experiences and actions is part of the process of continuous learning. Say for example, class, paano ba natin to gagawin? Okay? Say for example, you work, nagtatrabaho na kayo. Okay? After ng work or yung task, okay? Sa gabi, okay, pag uwi nyo sa bahay, isipin natin, tama ba yung ginawa natin? Ano ba yung ginawa kong mali dun sa task for this day? That's actually reflection. Okay? Ina-assess natin kung tama ba yung ginawa natin for that day or for that week, or tama ba yung ginawa nating project. Okay? Or tama ba yung ginawa nating actions doon sa task na yon. Okay? So as often said, experience is the best teacher. There is wisdom in thinking about what you did and from that point on, deciding on what should be doing differently to do better. Okay, example nito class is may pinagawang project sa teacher. Nung ginawa yung project, okay, say for example, science project. Yan. So yung ginawa yung project, may mali doon sa pagkakagawa ng project. So kailangan mo i-assess. Saan ba ako nagkamali? Ano ba yung kulang doon sa ginawa kong activity? Okay? That's actually what? Okay? Reflecting on your actions. Ano ba yung ginawa mo doon sa project? Bakit siya nag-fail? Okay? Bakit yung ginawa mong project is na-fail? Parang ganun. Okay? Para next time na gagawin mo yung project, next time na gagawa ka ng project, okay, alam mo na okay, eto dapat ang ating gagawin. Okay? That's why importante yung personal reflective behavior. Sabi nga dito class, by practicing self-evaluation, you assess yourself. Saan ba ako nagkamali? Alin ba yung tama yung ginawa ko para next time ito ang gagawin ko? That's actually self-evaluation. Ibig sabihin, you are reflecting doon sa ginawa mo or sa actions mo. So we allow ourselves to understand our own values, intentions, and to give ourselves the pep talk we need to face the challenges in the demanding workplace. So as you go along, as you graduate, okay, pag kayo class ay may work na, palagi nyo itong may experience, no? May binigay na project or task si boss or si ma'am or si sir. Okay? Now, dun sa project na ginawa mo ay may mali. Okay, kailangan mo paano mo siya i-correct? Mako-correct mo siya through what? Self-evaluation. Ay, eto dapat nagkamali ako dito kasi eto yung ginawa ko. So next time, hindi ko na to gagawin para okay, maging smooth, maging perfect yung ginawa kong project. So that's personal reflective behavior. Kumbaga, we do self-evaluation. Okay? We do reflect on our actions. That's personal reflective behavior strategies. Okay. Oh, sorry. So, routine organization methods or monitoring service delivery. Now, the conduct of standard operating procedures, testing, and multiple inspections are routine with no room for error. Example class, sa hospital. Okay. Before siya dapat ipasok, especially ngayon na may COVID, no? Ang SOP or Standard Operating Procedure, pag sinabi natin class na SOP, ito dapat ang gagawin. Okay? Yan ang ibig sabihin ng SOP. Kumbaga, required yan. Yan dapat ang priority. That's what do we mean by Standard Operating Procedure. Okay? So, sa hospital class, especially ngayon na may COVID tayo, ang Standard Operating Procedure is, okay, dun ka muna sa triage, and then let's check yung temperature mo, i-test ka for swab, mga ganun, before ka i-admit. Okay? I-check muna kung COVID positive ka or hindi. That's an example. Okay? Now, another example ay okay, mag-install or mag-assemble ka ng PC. Okay? Pag sinabi class na mag-assemble ka ng PC, kailangan mong kumbaga hindi pa siya buo. Yung system unit mismo, pag sinabi ko class na system unit, yung yung tawag dito, yung parang rectangular na box doon. Okay? Say for example, mag-install ka ng CP or mag-assemble ka ng PC, sorry. Okay? So, hindi pa nakalagay, hindi pa naka-attach dyan yung power supply, hindi pa naka-attach yung processor, hindi pa naka-attach yung tawag dito, memory, okay? Hindi pa naka-attach yung audio board, okay? Hindi pa naka-attach yung video, okay? So, anong gagawin? Anong unang gagawin para mag-assemble ka ng isang PC? Kailangan mo munang dapat you are discharged from static electricity. So, anong ginagawa natin? First is, hahawak tayo doon sa isang metal part kumbaga doon sa case ng system unit para ma-discharge tayo. Otherwise, pag humawak tayo ng especially the processor or yung CPU natin at tayo ay hindi electrically discharged, electrically discharged, anong mangyari? Pwedeng mag-short circuit yung inyong CPU or yung inyong processor. Okay? That's SOP. Kailangan mo munang parang electrically discharged ka. That's SOP. Another example, pag nag-on tayo ng PC or ng laptop, meron silang tinatawag na SOP. Kumbaga, example, no? Para mag-boot yung ating operating system. Say, for example, ang operating system nyo ay Windows 10. Okay? Ano ba yung SOP para bago mag-boot yung inyong operating system? Meron siyang tawag dito, power on self-test, POS. Standard operating procedure. Dapat ilo-load niya muna yung BIOS. That's why baga pag nag-on tayo ng PC, meron doon ng say for example, AMI standards, American standards. That's basically BIOS. Chine-check niya muna kung okay ba yung input, nadidetect niya ba yung mouse, nadidetect niya ba yung keyboard. Okay? That's basically SOP, pag-boot ng inyong computer. So, ganun din. Same din yon. Okay? So, the conduct of standard operating procedures, testing, and multiple inspections are routines with no room for error. Kailangan siya para ma-check. Okay. Paano natin malalaman na may error? Okay. Say for example, class, nag-boot ka ng PC. Sometimes may marinig ka dyan na tutut, mga pip, take note plus sa isang BIOS, okay? Through the BIPs, malalaman mo kung alin yung may problema. Motherboard ba? Memory ba? Um, Sometimes pag nag-boot siya, may problema dun sa hindi niya makita yung operating, walang operating system na na-install sa PC niyo, mayroong pop-up, okay? So doon pa lang malalaman mo kaagad kung may problema yung anong parts ng inyong computer. So there is a what? An SOP. So example lang yan class ng kung bakit importante yung standard operating procedure, SOP. Okay? So you never know what might go wrong. So it is a smart move to check, double check, triple check, okay, for any slip up. Especially if you are dealing with um tawag dito, may mga uh, electrically powered devices. Okay? Or baka naman kasi sumabog yan. So problema siya. So importante na i-check, sabi nga dito, triple check, okay? Yung inyong um, devices. Okay? Now, effective monitoring can be done through audits, reviewing management records, verifying reports, and conducting investigations. Now, ginagawa to class ng malalaking kumpanya. Okay? So, check kung ano ba yung mga, okay ba yung mga performance ng, okay ba yung data ng devices, ng gadgets. Okay? Okay ba yung power supply? That's one way. Nire-record nila. Para doon pa lang malalaman ka agad nila kung magkakaproblema ba o hindi. So, paano yung ginagawa? Check, double check, triple check. Or other monitoring procedures including carrying out spot checks or safety inspections. Okay? So that's monitoring service delivery. Okay, so we also have foster individual and organizational growth. Now, this is one of the objective for today's lesson. Okay? Kailangan daw class, hindi lang yung member ng organization ang nag-grow. Hindi lang yung organization yung nag-grow. Dapat yung members ng organization. Ibig sabihin, empleyado. Okay? So, learning is a never-ending process. Kahit na, baka iniisip nyo, pag ako nakagraduate, okay na ako. Even no class. Kasi even if you are working, even if kayo ay nagtatrabaho na, okay, palagi pa rin may hindi nawawala yung learning. Why? Because may experience nyo, kailangan nyo ng seminars, kailangan nyo ng training. Okay? It is through training, seminars, attending conferences, reading, okay, para kayo ay matuto. That's why learning is a never-ending process. Now, even if you graduated from senior high, college, okay, another learning process takes place in the workplace. That's why merong mga pa-training si HR. Yan. Now, there are various ways for you to acquire more knowledge and skills. Coaching and mentoring, knowing your career path. So, importante to. Dapat ngayon pa lang alam niyo na kung ano ba yung magiging career nyo after you graduate. Okay? Matching skills, professional organizations. Importante class ang professional organizations. Dapat kayo ay member ng ano. Okay? Say for example, ikaw ay IT. Dapat ikaw ay member ng Philippine Society of Information Technology. Okay? Parang ganun. Or any formal organizations na related doon sa inyong profession. Okay? Kung kayo ay computer science graduate, computing society, yung marang ganun. Okay? Formal courses, you acquire degree, work experience, seminars, and conferences. Importante class na kayo ay mag-attend ng seminars and conferences. Importante yan on how to acquire skills, knowledge. Okay? So yan. Monitor and evaluate learning in the workplace. So companies and organizations should ensure that after each coaching and mentoring session, a feedback should be given. So, paano ba yun? Kailangan merong assessment, merong evaluation. Okay? So, feedback should be given in a regular, timely manner. Use the feedback to correct any mistakes or improve procedures done. HR involvement is encouraged to participate when evaluating coaching and mentoring, and documentation is important to take note of results, suggestions, and recommendations. Example nito class ay yung in-evaluate ang isang empleyado. So, dapat ito ay aware si HR. Pag sinabi natin class na HR, it refers to the human resource. Siya yung namamahala sa empleyado. Okay, siya yung nag-evaluate kung okay ba yung performance, trabaho niya. Okay, siya yung nagmo-monitor ng kanyang performance aside from his or her superior. Okay? So, importante rin yung documentation para, okay, doon mo makikita kung kailangan ba ng ng improvement, okay? Doon din makikita yung result ng performance or ng evaluation. Okay? So that's monitoring and evaluating learning in the workplace. Kasi usually class, mga empleyado, nire-require sila ng mga seminars or trainings. I'm not sure kung safe, sino ba dito sa inyo may nanay na teacher. Okay. Para ma-renew mo yung license mo, meron tayong tinatawag na CPD units. Dapat, I'm not sure, no? Dapat meron kang na-acquire na ganitong uh, seminars. So, kailangan nire-require yung mga teacher mag-attend ng seminars para pag nag-renew sila ng license nila, okay, pwede. Pag kulang ka ng seminars or trainings, hindi ka pwedeng mag-renew ng license. Parang ganun. Okay? So, that's one way to evaluate, that is one way to evaluate or assess that nag improve din yung isang empleyado or yung isang teacher. Okay? So, yan. So, methods and techniques for eliciting and interpreting feedback. Importante to, class. Okay? So, honest feedback can be obtained by asking insightful questions during the occasional quality bonding time with coworkers. Now, this kind of informal meeting is just like hanging out together with friends with no pressures as a priority, which helps an individual feel safer about giving feedbacks. One good example, class, is, say for example, may katrabaho ko, ay, okay yung ginawa mo. Parang ganun. Maganda yung pagkaka-deliver mo ng lesson. That's an example of a feedback. Okay? Sometimes kasi sabi dito, mas maganda daw, class, yung informal kaysa yung formal. Okay? And sometimes, mas okay na parang friendly yung atmosphere ng pagbigay ng feedback. Kasi sometimes, especially pag yung boss mo na yung nagsabi or yung immediate superior mo na yung nagsabi, it will be what? Awkward sa part nyo. Okay? So parang, ay, hindi ako pwede magbigay ng ganitong feedback kasi nandyan si boss or nandyan si ma'am or si sir. Di ba parang pag nag-evaluate tayo ng teacher, especially pag ang nag-evaluate ay si teacher, definitely, hindi ka magbibigay ng totoong or honest feedback. Kasi natakot ka na, ay, baka ibagsak ako ni teacher or ni ma'am. Okay? So, mas maganda yung parang friendly yung atmosphere or iba yung magpapa-evaluate ng assessment. Okay? So, the most important step in feedback system must be following up with employees. Now, the greatest way to encourage employees to continue to give feedback is to show that their insights are being considered and actions are being taken to address them. So, importante na makakatulong yung binibigay mong feedback sa empleyado mo. Okay? So, yan. Okay? Importante. Sometimes kasi, pag nagpapa-evaluate tayo, okay, lalo pag blank, ano mang masasabi mo kay ganito? Sometimes, ayaw natin magbigay. Okay? So, kailangan natin encourage na, okay, importante to kasi ito ay makakatulong sa kanyang performance. Okay? So, yan. So, personal development opportunities. Look no further than your very own workplace opportunities for personal development. Take on difficult tasks assigned to you as a challenge to improve. Colleagues can ask as your mentors to guide you as you strive to do better. Make connections with good people as you work or while you are enjoying company events. Nangyayari to, class, pag matagal ka na sa isang company. Okay? Especially pag hindi mo masyadong gusto yung ginagawa mo. Okay? So, ikaw bilang empleyado, okay, sabi nga dito, take it as an opportunity while nandyan ka sa company, no, for personal development. So, pwede kang mag-attend ng trainings, pag may mga difficult tasks, you volunteer yourself, okay? Take it as a challenge para ikaw ay mag-improve pa. Okay? So, that's one way to develop ourselves. Okay? Personal development. Okay? And, kumbaga, participate sa mga events. Importante siya. Kasi that's one way of personality development. Career, path and competency standards. So, employees gain more confidence when, sorry, no, wait lang, diba? Okay. Naputol. Saan na ba ako? Sorry. Okay. So, career path. Employees gain more confidence when their employees concerned about their growth. Okay? Career path helps develop employees' skills and expertise in performing job. Importante to class. Dapat it is in line. Take example, ikaw ay isang IT, dapat related din sa IT yung task mo. Okay? Because it will help you no to uh, your task or your job. No? So although a career path mainly aims for promotion and career growth of an individual, it can also boost morale, productivity, and career satisfaction in the office. So malalaman, may encounter nyo to class pag ikaw ay, one good example is, nag-apply ka sa isang job, okay? Pero hindi naman talaga to yung gusto mo. So there will be what? A career, parang hindi ka satisfied, hindi ka talaga nagiging mas efficient or effective na empleyado. So importante yung career path. Okay? So piliin tama kung ano yung magiging career mo as you graduate, no? Hindi yung parang pinili mo lang siya kasi pinili ng ganito or sinuggest ganito. It will affect, no, your performance as an individual or as an empleyado. Importante siya sa ating moral, no? Para ma-boost yun. Importante siya. Okay? Okay, next is develop team commitment and cooperations. Importante ito class sa isang organization or sa isang institution. Okay? So, paano ba ito gagawin? It can be done through coaching and mentoring. Okay? Helpful din to class, sabi dito, this is helpful, this is useful in both recruitment and retention. Pag sinabi natin class na retention, ibig sabihin, lalong pag sinabi natin retention, matagal mag-stay yung isang empleyado sa isang company. Okay? Or pag sinabi natin recruitment, pag meron kayong coaching or mentoring sa isang organization, ay, mas madali kang makapag-hire ng empleyado. Mas madali kang mag-retain or mas matagal mong mapapastay ang isang empleyado pag merong coaching and mentoring. Kasi example nito is, nag-hire ka, okay, na-hire ka sa isang company, tapos hindi mo naman talaga alam kung anong ginagawa mo. Ang tendency is, ano ba, parang hindi ka masaya, so mag-decide ka na, you will resign. That's an example, no, ng retention. Importante na merong coaching and mentoring. Okay? And that is through what? Developing team commitment and cooperation. Okay? Having interesting and fulfilling work to do is one thing that makes people feel their value as individuals. Di ba mas masaya pag na-appreciate ng boss mo yung ginagawa mo? Parang gano'n. Okay, so, ibig sabihin, fulfilling siya sa part ng isang empleyado. Okay? Addressing personal and professional development needs makes coaching and mentoring possibility. Looking after the staff and caring for them is what strengthens the company. So, pag kayo ay naging manager, always make it priority, okay, na you care for your staff, you care for your employees. Okay? Kasi pag wala kang empleyado, para saan pa yung isang institution? Para saan pa yung organization? Importante class, take note, your employee is an asset sa isang company. Right? That's why sabi dito, what strengthens the company, yung staff or yung empleyado. Okay? Okay, formal and informal learning programs. So, ano tong mga example nito, class? May mga companies na nagkakandak ng team building activities. Okay? Now, bakit may mga team building activities? It is one way to what? Part of their learning programs para ma-develop yung cooperations sa bawat members or sa team ng isang organization. Okay? It improves leadership as well as teamwork values of the members. That's why importante yung mga team building activities. Kahit baga ka sa mga organizations, school organizations, you do conduct team building activities para mas maging mas strengthen pa yung organization. Okay? Ma-develop yung leadership skills ng members. Yan. May mga team building activities tayo. Leadership training, mga ganyan. Okay? Now, there are also seminars that promote conversation and interaction among members of the team to learn collaboratively. Now, frequent team meetings discuss ideas for projects also help colleagues grow together professionally. So, huwag kayong magtataka kung every now and then, merong mga meetings. Okay? Team commitment and cooperations, importante to, no? Para ma-achieve yung goals, okay? Ma-achieve yung um, mission or objectives ng isang organizations. Okay? So sabi dito, teams committed to their work are always ready and eager to learn what is necessary to make the job done. Team goals can be effectively pursued when members of the team are dedicated to fulfilling their respective roles. People commit themselves to a team when they feel that they are personally involved and needed in attaining team goals. The feeling of involvement is coupled with the sense of responsibility for success of the team. Members contribute the best of the skills and expertise to the completion of a task or job when feel that they are an important part of the team. So always make sure, no, kung kayo ay maging manager, always make sure na lahat ng member ng inyong organization ay empleyado, ay importante. Hindi parang may favoritism ka. Kasi doon mawawala yung yung commitment ng isang empleyado. So that's why as much as possible, actually it is a must, no, na yung members or empleyado ng isang institution or ng isang company, okay, ay dapat iparamdam natin na sila ay importante or they are part of the organization. So understanding how to work effectively with team members. Part of your work will be to adapt your style with that of your coworkers. People all sorts are lumped together in the workplace. Diverse work styles are to be expected. So iba-iba klas ang tao, iba-iba yung personality, iba-iba yung kanilang style ng work. So definitely, okay, importante na tayo ay makapag sabi nga dito, effectively work with other team members. Okay? So getting along with other people in the workplace is part of the fun in the whole work experience. Okay? So enjoy mo na lang siya. So your interpersonal skills will be put into play in this aspect of the workplace. Make sure to arrive at any common grounds with your coworkers to enable you to work harmoniously with each other's self. That's why baga class kahit sa sa group project sa class, may mga pasaway talaga. Okay? Say for example, etong classmate natin hindi tumutulong, ako lang yung gawa ng gawa. So may encounter nyo din yan as you go work, no? As you graduate and look for a job. Okay? May mga ganun talaga. Okay? So kailangan daw tayong work harmoniously with each other. Okay? Because that is may measure doon plus yung ating interpersonal skills. Okay? Kung paano tayo makihalubilo, kung paano tayo paano tayo makipag-cooperate sa ibang tao. Okay? So, facilitate accomplishment of organizational goals. Differences in work style in that way, in the way we think and act on tasks, can actually work on the company's benefits by highlighting each of the employees' work expertise. Now, there is strength in the variety of viewpoints and a broader set of skills and talents. Importante to class, no? Parang sabihin na dito, iba-ibang tao, iba-iba yung skills. That's why it's an advantage, no? Para mas ma-achieve, ma-accomplish yung isang goals ng isang company. Kasi iba-iba say for example, yung isa magaling sa programming, isa magaling sa presentation, yung isa magaling sa hardware, yung isa magaling sa analysis. So, these are different skills, no, na kailangan para magawa ang isang task or isang objectives. Okay? So, how to work with people who have diverse work styles? Paano daw tayo makipag-halubilo, no? Paano tayo makipagtrabaho? Okay. Sa iba-ibang, sabi nga dito, different work styles. So, number one is, make sure all employees are involved with the planning and implementing of initiatives in the workplace to avoid discrimination and favoritism. So kung kayo ay tatlo, dapat aware kayo lahat. Lahat ng tatlong to involved sa planning ng activities. Hindi yung parang kayo lang na dalawa nag-uusap. So anong mangyayari? Yung isa left behind, feeling out of place, so hindi siya magpa-perform. Okay? So nagkakaroon ng discrimination. Okay? Create an atmosphere of equality among employees by encouraging them express their ideas openly. So wag lang yung isa lang yung palaging nagsasuggest, encourage mo lang na yung ibang members ng organization, ibang members ng team magsalita. Okay? Conduct regular trainings to evaluate and shape up your diversity plans and policy based on the work styles of the employees. So that's how we work. Parang etong mga tuklas, ito yung mga ways, okay, para ma-address yung diversity in the workplace. Okay? So yan. Okay, facilitating team development and improvement. A team grows when its members also grow personally and professionally. So hindi lang personally siya nag-grow, but professionally. And that is through trainings, attending seminars, yan. Both team and individual needs and concern must be recognized and acted upon to ensure that the performance of the team improves. Paano to gagawin? Okay, yung isa ay hindi ako nakakagawa ng ganito kasi wala akong ganito. So, anong gagawin? Okay, since wala kang computer, okay, bigyan kita ng computer para okay yung magawa mo yung task mo. Okay? So, there must be what? Concern doon sa needs, okay, ng isang member ng isang team. So, factors that affect or hinder members in contributing their talents and skills for the success of the team must be lessened or eliminated. Okay? That's why baga class nagkakaroon ng sa team project, activities, may pa-project sa teacher. Yung isa, say for example, gagawa ng report. Yung isa hindi nakakagawa ng report, hindi nakakapagbigay ng information, ng idea. Most probably because yung isa walang computer, walang printer. So anong gagawin? Anong pwedeng gawin? Pumunta ka sa bahay namin para doon na lang tayo gumawa. Okay? That's basically what. Okay? Ito yung mga factors na ka-affect, no? Para hindi mag-cooperate ang isang member or ang isang individual sa isang group. So, kailangan daw natin yung i-lessen or eliminate. Kaya baga ini-encourage natin, doon na lang kayo sa bahay mag-stay or doon na lang kayo sa bahay gumawa. So, sa bahay na lang tayo gumawa para magawa natin yung project. That's one thing. No? Facilitating team development and improvement. Okay. Next, communication skills. So, minention ko na to class, pag sinabi natin communication skills, it doesn't only mean talking or listening. Dapat ito ay effectively sharing of information, or there must be an effective transfer of information from the listener to the from the speaker to the listener. Importante ito. So coworkers can help out coworkers by giving feedback in each other's. Okay, colleagues can help each other figure out what to do to perform better next. Superiors can require his staff to submit reports about each company project, and based on the report submitted, comment on what aspect of their work could be improved, as well as what behavior should be moderated or stopped together. Okay? So that's basically class, yung kailangan natin, okay, for us to be able to develop, no? Develop our negotiation skills. So,